Hey guys, Jim Ritter, Managing Partner and Director of Acquisitions for Apollo Realty Investments. We're the top investment group in San Diego County. We're your go-to group for all your fixer listings. We're here filming episode number 2 today with Billy-Colestock and Yesenia Nogales, one of the biggest real estate groups with Keller Williams. Without further ado, here we go. Hey guys, Jim Ritter, Managing Partner and Director of Acquisitions here for Apollo Realty Investments. We're joined by Billy-Colestock and Yesenia Nogales for episode 2. Thanks for tuning in. And how'd you guys come over? You guys are just crushing it this year. And maybe you can provide a little insight into how you guys are doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to being here, and thanks for having us for the interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. But, Keller Williams, you guys are, pretty much wherever you've been, you've always been a top team. So, like I said, maybe provide a little insight into, where, how you got there.
Well, we got together in 2010, 2011, and then we joined Keller Williams in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was one of the times that was just really pivotal in what our growth, because getting involved with such a great company like Keller Williams was a great opportunity for us.
Mm-hmm.
They have the systems, they have the leverage, and they show you the model of how to become one of these top teams.
Yeah. And so this year, how many sales do you guys have this year so far? I know we're dealing a lot with you. We have plenty of sales with you as representing us.
Yeah, closed right now. We're sitting right at 60, and
nice.
So we still have 2.5 more months or 2 more months of possibilities. We've got about 7 or 8 escrows open. So we're going to get it close to 75, 80 transactions this year.
Wow. So 75, 80. Maybe provide. Obviously, first year 2004. Maybe doing 1 or 2 sales, but maybe give us some insight, where in that time, how do you go from a couple sales in your first year to 75 or 80?
Do you want
to hard work, I'm sure.
It's definitely a lot of hard work. I think for me, what is very, very important is this is a career. This is not just part-time. If you want to do a part-time, please don't, but you have to be focused. This is a career. You have to be full-time. I actually, in 2004, from being a restaurant owner, moved to change careers to real estate full time, and I've never looked back. So, and year after year, we've just been growing our business because we're focused on customer service, which is very important. We always want to do the right thing for the clients, and for me, it's very important to create a relationship as well. So I get a lot of referrals and repeat business because I focus on what the clients need. So that's been huge for me. It was time of the year when the market crashed, and I think those relationships definitely kept us going.
Kept you going.
Yes.
Kept you
So
afloat.
it was nice.
Right.
So I don't know, Billy, you want to add something?
Yeah, so I think that one of the keys to our success is just really focusing on some basics in the industry. We just do them very well. We focus on really farming, we focus on expireds, and then we focus on investor relationships like yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we make sure that Yesenia said it is a relationship business, but also when we're focusing on expireds, it's also about marketing and repositioning properties. So, but we just focus on those 3 things mainly: is farming, expireds, and investor relations.
So maybe take us back, to a time you've had some struggles. 2007 you said, 2004 when you got into it. And we all come across those where you sort of sort of a slump. How did you get out of that?
Okay, I'm gonna go first if you don't mind.
Please.
2004 was a great year. 2004, 2005, 2006. I think I got the end of the tail of the good market, so it was easy to start with. It was good. Lots of transactions. People were just coming to you. I think that the major challenge with you really is when the market crashed. That was a major shift in the market. Now, as 50% of the agents left the business. So that was for me a really key point when I knew that if that was the moment where either I make it in this business or I didn't make it, right? So I had to just change my mindset as well.
Yeah.
So now people were not coming to me, I need to go to them. Okay, also learning new strategies, learning about how to do short sales. It was a whole shift in knowledge and how to go about business. So I stick to the market, and every year our business grows. Yeah, you seem that there was a lot of less sales, but at the same time, so many people left the business that we end up doing a lot of more business.
Yeah, so you use that to your advantage. Right. Yeah, less competition.
So that was for me, and a shift.
Yeah. Build it by yourself.
The thing, so I didn't experience that at all. The down, I got in when the market went. So I only knew a downward trending market when I got in. So I think I was blessed in that way. But I can think of in 2012, from 2012 to 2013, we had 4 assistants. So one thing that I know that is a lot of agents talk to me about is how do I hire my first assistant? Mm-hmm. And so going through that process of trying to find the right person and having them grow, I discovered that I needed to grow as a leader and as a person who's going to take them to the next level or take our business to the next level. And man, it was painful hiring and going through 4 different people to find the right one. And we've found Nicole. She's been with us now for nearly 2 years, and just absolutely one of the best hires that we've had, and a rock in our business. So I have to attest to the Keller Williams systems for that, because what they do is they have a program that's called Recruit Select, and it really does teach you how to go through the hiring process and making sure that you're getting into business with the right person. And so it's a testimony to the Keller Williams models, but also to us in the sense that where we were okay identifying that we were failing miserably at doing it on our own. Yeah. And then following them up.
Yeah, yeah. So the next thing I sort of wanted to touch on, you guys obviously have a family. Yeah. Obviously, hard workers. You've got to strike a balance there. I mean, how do you do that? How do you strike that balance with work and family? It's probably not easy.
That's not easy.
It's not easy. There's a lot of balls in there.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a science, right? It's a constantly moving target.
I know 2 children, a lot
of agents are in that boat, but you have to be successful, right? So maybe there are some tools you can share with us that you use.
Date night.
Yeah.
Date night, Friday night, every week.
All right.
That's the one.
Stick to a schedule too. Okay. Like really map your week, your month. I think that if you know exactly what you're going to be doing in the morning, what time you're going to get to the office, if you focus on what's more important or more productive activities, so that you have your afternoon probably free for your family. It's don't just pop out and just have a plan of action on a daily basis. Have a to-do list. Just plan your week. Yeah. And I think that has worked for me a lot, because I know at what time I'm getting to the office. I know what time I'm leaving. I know what time I need to pick up my kids. So I don't schedule anybody the time that I'm have to pick up my kids. Yeah. So it's and stick to it.
I know that's what I pretty much do. Yeah, I make sure. Okay, it's with you not wanting to put this is wife and daughter time on the calendar, but yeah, definitely for me it's keeping that set aside on the calendar. Yes. Because and it's almost put the phone away too, because that otherwise I know for me, if I don't have a happy wife,
we also made a commitment. And also to some degree, because we do this together, it's kind of destructive and also empowering at the same time, because we could, if we wanted to, just work 24 hours a day. Because we're together. Right? And now also a lot of people look at it like, oh, you're together a lot. Well, the reality is even showing up for this interview, we were in 2 different cars in 2 different places doing 2 different things at the same time. So we made a commitment a while back to taking Sundays off. And so our clients understand that. We pass that along to them. We make sure that everybody understands that we're taking Sunday off, because we have to have some time that's just for us and our family. And we tend to do, go to the wineries or go to the beach or ride a bike or go for a hike. We make sure that we take that time.
Yeah, I've seen some of your Facebook posts going on hiking. It's awesome. Yeah. One other thing that I just thought of, you touched on before, the assistant, right?
Yep.
And I know not every agent has an assistant, but I think that that is pretty important to have, because you can then focus your time on what you're good at, right?
Sure.
You know, maybe go into some of those benefits you've seen now that you have an assistant. You know, I'm sure that just helps you really, like we talked about, just
I think
kill it.
having an assistant, it really helps you grow your business. Okay, yeah, it is an investment, but it's an investment that is going to give you a good return on your investment. I think, like you said, you know, it allows us to focus on what we're really good at, which is, you know, prospecting, which is meeting our clients, which is focused on the, you know, activities that are producing, you know, that are results, and we're not having to deal with the little details of the paperwork. She's really good at that. That's what she does, and we allow her to do that. So for us, that has helped us to grow our business to the next level as well, because we now have the time to really meet a lot more clients.
Yeah,
And
I'll give a
prospect
little shout out to Nicole. She's awesome.
She
you know,
is.
we get into escrow with you guys on a deal. We know right away that
Yes,
it's going to be
we-
smooth, and it's it just works out, you know, better for everybody. So
Yes,
yeah.
clients don't have to.
Thank you,
wait for
Nicole.
us. Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing I wanted to touch on are some of you know, lead prospecting, something every agent needs to do. I mean, what are some of the struggles you had with that, and I'm sure you've got a system now that you implement. So maybe go into a little bit about that.
So we do a lot. I mean, we do quite a bit to generate leads. Being at Keller & Williams, we're of a mindset that it's prospecting based, marketing enhanced. And so I was blessed to have gotten into the industry, and one of my first managers just handed me this cassette of Mike Ferry, and he said, you know, prospect daily and you'll never be out of the business. So I listened to that, and ultimately we do a lot of phone calling and outbound sales, but at the same time, you know, we do have marketing that enhances our lead generation. So one of the things that we do and do really well effectively is hold open houses, and I mean specifically on you guys' listings, right? So you know, we use the investors' listings in a way that we have online exposure, we have the ability to be calling around the neighborhood. We also have the opportunity to do the open houses on those. So it really allows us to enhance our what we already do by working with you guys.
And I know I've seen it quite often where you know, you're prospecting and then you give me a call. Obviously, you don't even have the listing agreement yet, but you say, look, what do you think of this one? You know,
sure. So I always talk to our team and any other agent that I'm meeting with, and they ask me, you know, hey, what can I be doing differently or whatnot? It's all about getting into different conversations. And by working with you guys, we specifically can have different and broader conversations with homeowners, homeowners and buyers, because frankly speaking, we work with you guys, and you guys have an upcoming list of homes that we can be talking to. So when we're holding an open house, we can be talking about upcoming inventory that's not even on the market yet. When we're door knocking in neighborhoods, if we run into a house that's just really dilapidated, we can talk to the homeowners about trying to get us that contact information, which you guys are a cash buyer. We do everything outbound. We are proactive in our approach. At the same time, by working with you guys and investors, we have the opportunity to get into deeper conversations with the client and the homeowner. So
maybe you can touch on maybe the top 3 influences, or maybe it's a book, you know, something you guys use.
I love reading, so I think any personal development book that there is out there, I read it. So I like to stay motivated. That just keeps me motivated. But I can particularly mention maybe 2 books that have helped me, and one is The Principles of Success with Jack Canfield. I like his program. I've been to his events as well, a whole week of personal development with Jack Canfield. There is another also program that we actually took together that really also I think move us forward to having a mindset, or a successful mindset. It was we went to Vegas for a whole weekend. It's called Choice Center.
Choice Center.
Choice Center.
Choice Center.
It's it teaches you the principles of taking 100% responsibility of everything that happens in your life. So if you come from that position, that anything that happens in your life, whether it's good or bad, what do we do to create that? And what can we learn from that? So for me, those things have been really, really influenced in my life. And we go to a lot of different, real estate events. We love to stay, educated and know about the new laws or new technology. So we're constantly learning.
Yeah.
I'm with Yesenia. I don't know if it's 3 things or anybody in specific. I mean, there obviously are people out there. I mean, I mentioned already Mike Ferry. That was really influential in my early career. But it is just a constant striving towards educating ourselves so that we can get better and hone our craft. Talk to other people who are doing more than us because we want to learn from them. See what challenges they had ahead of them so that we might be able to either go around those or know how to tackle it head on when we get there. But Yesenia mentioned we're just constantly reading, we're constantly searching, we're constantly talking to people who are also like-minded and just making sure that we're bettering ourselves.
Yeah, I know for me, I'm constantly, and you've probably heard it, I call you up and say, what are you seeing in the market right now?
Yeah.
And so that, for me, I sort of try to all encompass it anytime I can talk to an agent. What are you seeing out in the market? That's very microeconomics specific to our market, but I know that's something I would highly suggest everyone do. Just always pick the brains of your fellow real estate associates, because we're all out there seeing different things, but you may hear a theme, inventory's going down, the prices are going up, so in addition to constantly educating yourself and looking at the different influences, maybe go into a little bit of your daily routine. Maybe it's a morning routine, or I think like I said, maybe you can chime in there.
Sure.
Yesenia has an amazing morning routine, so I'm gonna let her take that one.
He does that with me. I do have a routine in the morning. I think that it sets me up for the day. So every day my alarm goes off at 5 in the morning. So I know that I need to be up at 5 in the morning. And I've read the Miracle Morning book, so I'm doing that routine and has worked so far. I do meditation, I do affirmation, I read in the morning. I really go spend 1 hour on just personal development on a daily basis. And I have kids, I'm a mom, so after that hour I have to go get my kids ready. I cook breakfast for them, get them all ready. He takes them to school. Go back, finish ready, get to the office by 8:39 in the morning. I mean, that's just every day. That's what I do. So and because also in the morning we do prospecting. So we have to make sure we get in the office at certain times so that we can do our prospecting calls. And I also have the afternoon schedule. I can meet clients between 1 and 4. So it is systematic.
Yeah.
So every day, I don't miss it.
So for me, it's so important. The more we get into production, the more important it becomes that we prospect every day. So by 10 o'clock in the morning, you don't know this about me, but by 10, I've already made my 20 contacts. And so we have a dialing system, and I'm just adamant. By 10 o'clock in the morning, I've already made those 20 contacts, because that's what drives our business, is the lead generation. And I heard yesterday it's the gasoline. So no matter what's going on, no matter what challenges we have with contracts or
Where the
or
market
escrows or where the market's going, I'm making those 20 contacts. I've done that since 2007.
Yeah.
Really. And so after that, there's a lot of things that come up, and there's a lot of things that go on. There's some basic concepts of what we do, daily. Inside of our routine, we do lead follow-up, we go on appointments, but if the 20 contacts are made by 10 o'clock, everything else falls in place. So that's the...
Looking into the future of that listing you're going to get a month, 2 months, or maybe a year down the road.
It's your pipeline.
It's your pipeline. It's building the pipeline, and it really just gives you a lot of freedom, because if you make those 20 contacts by 10 a.m., you have the ability to just do callbacks and then have conversations with your clients, handle challenges, and frankly, most agents don't start their day until 10. So the reality is most of the challenges don't come up until about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and maybe not to get too specific, but maybe that this would be something that would be a benefit to some of the agents. You're on that call with maybe a past client, or how do you maybe give us some insight into what are you saying? I know it depends. Are you just asking them? Are you guys selling in the next 6 months, or how do you make it seem like you're not so much trying to sell something, or
I think it's about getting to know who you're talking to and getting to know their needs.
Mm-hmm.
People have different needs. Some people may need to move next month because they have a job transfer. Some people don't, until they find another home. So get to really know that person that you're talking to, first,
mm-hmm.
and then service those needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what has worked for me.
Yeah.
Because you come and sell, so you want to sell the house right away and you want to get the commission, but at the end of the day, it's about their needs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
their situation.
Yeah, so it is a tough question because everyone is absolutely different.
I was going to say, each conversation goes a different path.
But it's about identifying their motivation,
Mm-hmm.
and then also identifying the situation, because we get paid directly proportionate to the amount of customer service and solutions we provide.
Mm.
And so if we're coming up with the solution, that's when they'll list with us or act.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say somebody is saving for a down payment. Well, okay, if we go out and we find this unique down payment assistance program, and we find that, or if somebody is having a tough time selling their home, and it could be because they weren't marketed correctly, that's where we can come in and step in, and we can find the solution. So that's where we're focusing a lot of the lead follow-up calls on.
Mm-hmm.
Is solution value add type conversations.
Yeah. Well, wow, you guys have shared quite a bit so far, and maybe I'll just give you this opportunity to share, maybe any parting piece of advice for all those agents out there. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can do this, I think.